Once, long ago, land far away, there lived a four-leaf character who ran through the maze, looking for cheese to nourish them and make them happy. Two were mine, named Sniff and Scurry, and two were little people, being always as small as mine, looked and acted unlike my people today. Their names were Ham and Hoa. To their small size, it is not to notice what form of doing, but if you look close enough, you could discover most amazing thing. Every day, the mice and the little people spent time in the maze looking for their own special cheese. The mice sniff and scurry, possessing a simple little brain, but good instinct, search for the hard, nibbling cheese they liked, as mice often do. The two little people, Ham and Hoa, used their brain, filled there with make-believes, to search for the different kind of cheese, with a capital C, with their belief would make feel happy and successful. As different as the mice and little people were, they shared something in common. Every morning, they each put on their jogging suit and running shoe, left their little home, and lay started into the main, looking for their favorite cheese. The main and little labyrinths, carved chamber, some contained delicious cheese, but they were also dark corners and blind out leading nowhere. It was an easy place for one to get lost. However, for those found their way, the maze held the secret to uplift and enjoy a better life. The mine, Sniff and Scurry, used the simple trial and error method to find the cheese. They land on one corridor, and they proved that they turned the land down another. They remembered currents held the cheese, and quickly in the mill area. Sniff or smell of the general direction using the great no, and Scurry will lace ahead. It got lost, expected, when they were off a long direction, and they often bumped into the wall. However, the two little people, Ham and Hoa, had very complex brain, with their lips in motion. The maze were complicated and challenging. They relied on more sophisticated methods of finding the cheese, depending on their ability to think long and past experience of their ability, sometimes clouded by the way it looked their thing. Eventually, in their own way, they all discovered what they were looking for. They each found their long-counted cheese one day, at the end of one of the corridors in Cheese Station C. Every morning after that, the mice and little people dressed in their running gear and headed over their Cheese Station C. It wasn't long before they each demolished their own routine. Sniff and Scurry continued to wake early every day and reached the maze, always following the same route. When they arrived there at this station, the mice took off their running shoes, tied them together, hung them around their neck so they could quickly whenever they the cheese. In the beginning, Ham and Hoa also left toward Cheese Station C every morning to enjoy the taste and numerous awaited them. But after a while, a different routine set in for the little people. Ham and Hoa awoke each day a little later, dressed a little slower, and walked to Cheese Station C. After all, they knew where the cheese was and how to get there. They had no idea where the cheese came from or who put it there. They soon would be there. As soon as Ham and Hoa arrived at Cheese Station C each morning, they settled in and made themselves at home. In a jogging suit, put away their running shoes, and put on their slipper. They were becoming very comfortable now they found the cheese. "This is great," Ham said. "There's no cheese here lasts forever." The little people have felt happy and successful and thought their nice secure. It wasn't long before Ham and Hoa got a cheese that found the Station C every their cheese. It was such a large store of cheese that they eventually moved their home to be close to it and built a social life around it. To make themselves feel more home, Ham and Hoa decorated the wall with saying and even drew pictures of cheese around them, which made them smile. One breath. "Having cheese makes you happy," Sometimes Ham and Hoa take their friends by with big pile of cheese station C, and point to the price, saying, "Very nice cheese, huh?" Sometimes they share with their friend, and sometimes they didn't. "We deserve this cheese," Ham said. "We certainly are honored to find it." He picked up the nice fresh pea and ate it. After all, Ham fell asleep, as he often did. Every night the little people would run home full of cheese, and every morning very confidently return for more. They rested on for quite some time. After a while, Ham and Hoa confidence grew into the arrogant success. Soon they became so comfortable they didn't even notice what was happening. As time went on, Sniff and Scurry continued their routine. They arrived early each morning, sniffed and scratched and scurried around the cheese station C, inspecting the area to see if it had been changed from the day before. Then they would sit down and nibble on the cheese. One morning they arrived at cheese station C and discovered there was no cheese. They weren't surprised, since Sniff and Scurry noticed this brown cheese getting smaller every day. They were prepared inevitable and knew instinctively what to do. They looked at each other. The moved long shoes they tied together hung conveniently around their neck, put them on their feet, and laced them up. The minds did not overanalyze things. To the minds, a problem and the answer were both simple. The situation at the cheese station C and changed, so Sniff and Scurry decided to change. They both looked out on the maze. Then Sniff looked through his nose. Sniff nodded discouraged, who took off running through the maze, where Sniff followed as fast he could. They were quickly off in search of the new cheese. Later that same day, Ham and Hoa arrived at cheese station C. They had not been paying attention to small changes taking place today, so they were too confident their cheese would be there. They were unprepared on what they found. "What? No cheese?" Ham yelled. He continued yelling, "No cheese? No cheese?" As though if he shouted loud enough, someone would put it back. "Who moved my cheese?" he hollered. Finally, he put his hands on his hips. His face turned red, and he screamed at the top of his voice, "It's not fair!" Hoa just shook his head in disbelief. He, too, had counted on finding cheese at cheese station C. He stood there for a long time, frozen with shock. They was just not ready for this. Ham was yelling something, but Hoa didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with replacing him, so he just tuned everything out. The little people's behavior was not very interactive, productive, but it was understandable. Finding cheese wasn't easy. It meant a great deal more little people just having enough to eat every day. Finding cheese was the little people's way of getting what they thought needed to be happy. They had their own idea of what cheese meant to them, depending on their taste. For some, finding cheese was having material things. For others, it was enjoying good health or developing a spiritual sense of well-being. For Hoa, cheese just meant feeling safe, having a loving family someday, and living in the cozy cottage on Charlotte Lane. To him, cheese was becoming a big cheese, in charge of others, and owning a big house atop Camembert Hill. Because cheese was important for them, two little people spent a long time trying to decide what to do. Or they think of looking around the cheeseless station C to see if the cheese was literally gone. While Sniff and Scurry was quickly moved on, Ham and Hoa continued to Ham and Hoa. Hoa started to get their breath. What would happen if the cheese wasn't there tomorrow? We may switch our plans based on cheese. The little people couldn't believe it. How could this happen? No one would want them. It wasn't right. It was not the way things are supposed to be. Ham and Hoa went home at night, hungry, discouraged. But before they left, Hoa leaned on the wall. The more important your cheese is to you, the more you want a whole run to it. The next day, Ham and Hoa left their home and returned to Station C again, with their still invested somehow find their cheese. This cheese didn't change. The cheese was no longer there. The little people didn't know what to do. Ham and Hoa just stood there immobilized, like two statues. Hoa shut his eyes tight, could put his hands over here. He just wanted to block everything out. He didn't know the cheese supply gradually been getting smaller. He believed it moved all of a sudden. Ham analyzed the situation over and over, and eventually this complicated brain with this huge system took hold. Why did they do this to me? He demanded. What's really going on here? Finally, Hoa opened his eyes, looked around, said, By the way, where are Sniff and Scurry? Do you think they know something we don't? Ham scoffed. What would they know? Ham continued. They're just simple minds. They're just wonder what happened. We are little people. We are special. We should be able to figure this out. I know we're smarter, Hoa said, but we don't seem to be acting smarter at the moment. Things are changing around here, Him. Maybe we need to change. Then do things differently. Oh my, should we change? Ham asked. We're little people. We are special. This sort of thing not happen to us. Whereas does. We should at least get some benefit. Why should we give that benefit? Hoa asked. Because we're entitled, Ham claimed. Entitled to what? Hoa wanted to know. We're entitled to our cheese. Why? Hoa asked. Because we don't cause this problem, Ham said. Somebody else did it, we shouldn't get some more out of it. Hoa suggested maybe we should stop analyzing the situation too so much and just get going and find some new cheese. Oh no, Ham argued. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. While Ham and Hoa were still trying to decide what to do, Sniff and Scurry were already on the way. They went farther into the main, up and down the corridor, looking for cheese, every cheese station they could find. They didn't think of anything else for finding new cheese. They didn't find any for some time, until they found an area of the maze where they had never been before. Cheese Station N. They squealed with delight. They found what they were looking for, a great supply of new cheese. They could hardly believe their eyes. It was the biggest store of cheese mice they had ever seen. In the meantime, Ham and Hoa were still back in Cheese Station C, evaluating their situation. They were now suffering the effects of having no cheese. They were becoming frustrated and angry, and were blaming each other for the situation they were in. Now and then, Hoa several of his mice friends, Sniff and Scurry, and wanted to think he found the cheese yet. He believed they might be having a hard time, as long as the maid usually in the bar some certainty. However, he also knew we were likely to only for a while. Sometime, Hoa would make Sniff and Scurry finding new cheese and enjoying it. He thought about how it could be for him to out of Benjamin and find fresh new cheese. He could almost taste it. The more clearly Horace imagined finding and enjoying new cheese, more so instead of leaving Cheese Station C. Let's go, he exclaimed all of a sudden.